Today we're going to be looking at two-time NCAA champion Austin O'Connor and his front headlock. He used a football grip. He was really good at that. A few details. I was supposed to make this video 2.5 years ago after he won NCAAs for the second time when he beat Levi Haynes back in 2023. So you guys see how badly I procrastinate. But overall, whenever he gets his football front headlock grip, 90% of the time his opponent has an overtie or a thumb block. Most of the time an overtie, but he will also do it with a thumb block. If they have a thumb block, he'll shift his head to the side as if he's trying to clear that thumb block. The same thing that you'll see Aliv and Ono do when they're trying to do an actual snap. He'll do that just to make enough room to grab that football grip with the front headlock. Very safe attack, very slow, very methodical. So here you see his opponent. He goes collar tie. His opponent goes over tie. Even if his opponent already has a collar tie, he will work inside for his own collar tie and pretty much force the over tie onto them. And then most of the times he'll do a snap just to get their head below his chest, and then he brings it over. Sometimes he doesn't have to. This is a slow and methodical takedown. This clip here is about 35 seconds, 34 seconds. And yeah, that's how long it can take. It's very controlling position, very slow. If you don't get it, obviously I didn't include times he didn't get it in here, but even if you don't get it, no harm, no foul, right? They just get out of the front headlock. Only time when there's harm or foul if you get hit with the sucker drag, which the only time I ever saw him get hit with that was Peyton Robb, which I've done multiple short drag videos that included him. He was really good at that. He grabs the ankle, circles behind, he hooks the ankle. This video isn't about that, but just a good thing to point out. Again, his opponent has an overtie. It also, because I'm going over hand fighting a lot with my team, why are his opponents getting the overtie? Right? Like, what are they doing with it? You either snap, once again, his opponent, and he'll still do the head dip even if they have an overtie as well, but not all the time. But he will do it if they have a thumb block. Why is his opponent getting the overtie? I think this one match had 4 examples, right, of his opponent getting it, the overtie. They aren't snapping from there, and they aren't hitting the slide by from there. Why are they resting there? When you are hand fighting and you're actually looking to get to scoring positions on the constantly looking to score, you don't make those mistakes, right? But if you're kind of just hand fighting to hand fight, because if you're only hand fighting to set up shots, in moments in time where you already made up your mind that you're probably not going to shoot, then your hand fighting also takes a back seat. But if you have other attacks like a front headlock, a slide by, arm drag, a throw by, then you're always trying to advance in the hand fight, and getting hit with the same technique from the same position 4 times in one match probably won't happen to you as much. So this guy was the guy who celebrated on Jason Nuff, who danced on him after he reversed him, and then Nuff hit him with a cradle. Yeah, it's just this video will be very redundant. Just show as many examples as possible, but not that long. There's only 6 minutes left of film. I don't know if I'm gonna pause it or anything, but yeah, man, this is very basic stuff. Again, collar tie, his opponent thumb blocked. Notice, y'all see how he gets that off? I guess I will slow down some parts. Notice what he does. His head comes to the side, like he's doing a snap. To clear and then make room. He will do that consistently when the opponent has a thumb block. I just wanted to show as well. So he tries it, and then he does like a little, I'll call it a hezzy, where you fake, snap, fake. His opponent gets his legs back, snap. That's mainly for my team that I included that for. I also include 2 clips. His favorite attack was, his second favorite attack after the front headlock was double leg. He did double legs all the time. He may even say that was his favorite attack, right? But those 2 attacks, front football grip, front headlock, and the head and the whole offense, and then a double leg was his favorite 2 attacks. And what I liked about it is, if he couldn't get his front headlock, it's like he knew the only reason he didn't get it was because they were too high. And once he realized that, then he would shoot. Which I thought that's a really good cue to have, right? But it only works if you actually try to move 100% every time, and now you know, okay, I didn't get it, he must be high. So right here, you'll see him try to go forward, doesn't get it, and then immediately decides to go under. And then he does it again later on in the match. So here he crowds the guy, collar tie, guy has a thumb block, tries it, doesn't hit it, instant level change. Cause like he knew the guy was high. I mean, look at the guy's stance. This is not a good stance right here. That's the only reason he wasn't able to get it, right? Because the guy was standing so high in order to avoid getting hit with the front headlock. And that's typically how it works. They start getting up out of their normal stance, because if they're low in the normal stance, and Austin O'Connor was so good at the front headlock that he would typically get it. A lot of people, when they're learning this front headlock offense, head in the whole offense, they want to rush everything, because typically the attacks you typically oh my gosh, the attacks you typically learn are very fast, right? A slide by, high crotch, double leg. You just blow past the person or blow through the person. But this offense is, a lot of clips are going to be 20 to 30 seconds. Some of them are faster, but a lot of them are 20 to 30 seconds, maybe even longer than 30 seconds. Like the first one. This is him at NCAA's. This clip is 27 seconds, so he tries it, then goes back to it. Sometimes he'll go over the arm instantly before their hands ever touch the mat. Sometimes he doesn't. You guys can put this on mute, slow it down, watch these clips back yourself. It's he has a whole series around it. Sometimes he'll go head in the hole, go behind. Sometimes he'll go head in the hole, threaten the far leg like he's trying to threaten the dresser dump. This clip is 32 seconds. Like as if he's trying to threaten the dresser dump. And then when they sprawl, then he'll just go to the far hip. Sometimes he'll go shuck by. So he has quite a few options. He gets his hip down, as you see. Hip down. His belly button is not facing the mat. I have a lot of kids, because they've only done this like once or twice. Not even all of them, just a few of them, who don't really understand, even though we'll show them. Get your hip down, right, as you're trying to circle. So not the whole time, but a lot of times to get your arm in deep, or just to get the feel that you're looking for. Everyone who does head in the hole does it that way. See, he even tried to get he tried the ear snap thing, even though the person had a overtie instead. So it's not only when they have a thumb block, but it's not always when they have just the overtie. See, that time he didn't do it. That time he just went over and under. Another 32-second clip. Doom. I will add this to my offense. That's just me personally. You don't have to. But you want to have ways to score that you just feel super comfortable with attempting all the time. You know? Like for as often as he used this, he only got scored from it one time. And against a guy who was just amazing at the sucker drag position, which also I'm a big advocate for the sucker drag, obviously. Again, hip down as he's getting to go behind. See that? Yeah. A more boring video, but it will be helpful in your wrestling for the guys who decide to implement it, wrestlers or coaches. Head in the hole is very useful. It's a great skill set to have. It's also really good for short offense, right? So obviously these clips are him forcing the position, like he initiates the position from the neutral position, but it's also a great thing to have when you sprawl, right? Now this guy's doing that thing that people will do when they put their wrists in your neck. I hate that crap. It's like I don't understand why it's not called for stalling more often. It's clearly a stall tactic. The person isn't trying to do anything at all, especially when they just keep it there. But he does it even from here. And I would get like a Russian tie from there. Somebody did it to me. This video isn't about that position. See, he reaches for the far leg, and then when the opponent drops to their knees, he reaches around the hip. Correct space, Football grip. He's already down to the mat before he brings his arm over. Bring his arm over the arm. Goes knee tap. Go behind. Over tie again. Again, these guys aren't doing anything with their overtie. The overtie is a horrible, horrible position to like rest in because they're completely under you. I'm gonna eventually do a video on Mitchell Messenbrink. I should do that one soon because I promised it to one of the kids on my team. But Mitchell Messenbrink does so many of his shots against the overtie and the thumb block. At least the thumb block has a purpose. It's not a very good one, but they do it to try to keep you back. It's still pretty easy to shoot against a thumb block. It's almost similar to shooting against an overtime. So, and you can do a little on no snap, right? So that's for the kids on my team. Notice how this guy tries to peel his thigh pry, and then when he tries to peel it, he brings his arm in to try to grab the wrist. He completely missed it, but yeah, you guys see it. Basic grip fighting to get the cross wrist. Once again, there he tried to do it when the guy had the overtie. But a lot of times he's not trying to clear it the same way as if he's doing the snap. He's just creating space to get his other arm in position to get the front headlock. Right here, you can kind of tell that he's about to do the throw by. He doesn't even try to hip down or anything. Hip down and circle behind. Bryson Donian, overtie. And there's so much offense, man. There's so much offense you can do when the other guy, your opponent, has an overtie. So much. The high crotch is there. This is there. So many different like snap down variations are there. So yeah. And this is the last clip. I feel like I'm about to sneeze. So that's the video. I know I haven't seen you guys in a while. I hope you guys find it useful. And I will see you guys on the next video. Check out my books down in the description.